So, good morning, everyone. I hope that everyone has had a nice week. My name is Rohan Rajpurohit, and I'm a volunteer here at the Emory Urban Health Initiative, and I'm a high school student from Metro Atlanta. I have my own club. I'm an officer for one of the clubs at my school, Doctors Without Borders, and we also hold our own events, such as fundraisers and social events. So, today, I think we'd like to focus our time and conversation together on the topic of resolutions. Especially, I know as we all look forward to some time to relax and reflect with the holidays coming up and the new year. So, overall, research shows us that setting New Year's resolutions is a really good and important idea because they help us move our ideas into action. So, I'm planning to play a video now for about 5 minutes on New Year's resolutions. And as we watch the video, it'd be great for everyone to reflect on any New Year's resolutions and hopes that you might be thinking of as we progress into 2022. So personally, I had a couple takeaways from the video. First, setting some hopes for ourselves at New Year's is a good thing because there's a greater chance that we'll carry out those goals. Also, it's good to set smaller, doable goals instead of really big goals that might be tough to make happen. Personally, I do tend to set some New Year's resolutions for myself. For example, last year I set a simple goal for myself to get more physically active by exercising at least 3 to 4 days a week for at least 30 minutes. I was able to stick with my goal during the year because I think I set a realistic goal for myself, and that helped me actually achieve it. And then for this upcoming year, I'm planning to set some goals for myself related to getting more sleep, less social media, and maybe even more time with friends. So with that, it would be great to hear from those of you on the call. For example, maybe you have ideas for your own health and self-care. Perhaps you want to learn something new or have a new hobby. Or maybe you're thinking about things you'd like to do more with your family or friends. So would anyone like to share your resolutions and goals for this year?
Sure. I try to set some goals for myself, this Charles Moore, each year, and as you said, I try not to make them be something that aren't attainable. And I've talked about some of the goals. Mostly it's about staying active. So you've heard my swimming adventures, and that was a goal for last year. This coming year, again, is about staying active, and my goal is to try pickleball. Primarily because, I've started doing some tennis and I like it, but my joints don't necessarily respond well, and pickleball is supposed to be less harsh on them. So that's one of my goals.
This is Lisa. I can share. It's the same goals I have every year. Lose weight, stop cussing, and be on time. I do have another goal is there's a new fellowship on climate disease for physicians, and I'm thinking about doing that as well.
Hey there, y'all. I think though I have framed my mind around everything in life is about trying to be healthier. And I think I talk a lot with my patients about behaviors to work towards, and recognizing that working towards them is never a finale, right? It's not like, oh, I did it, so now I can stop. It's actually like I think of it as a progression and a slow movement. And maybe that explains why I haven't set exact cutoffs where I'm just gonna like suddenly do something like drastically different. But as I'm hearing that video, I'm like, maybe I need to have a slightly different approach.
This is Joyson. I am like Stacy. I'm an outlier in the sense that I don't make New Year's resolutions. I'm on this continuum, just like she spoke of. And so I will make revisions and changes all through the year. And I don't necessarily wait to the new year. A lot of the goals that I've put before myself, I seem to attain them. So I don't necessarily know for me whether I need to, but I believe in continually making adjustments in order to reach various goals. So I'm like Stacy in that regard.
Hi, this is Carolyn Aidman. So, over the past few months, I've watched too much television and I've watched a lot of C-SPAN. So I've seen a lot of the intimate discussions, and my mind would go to, oh, someday I will help. But I think my resolution is going to be help raise money, help make awareness. But my resolution is to pay attention and to do something.
Yeah, this is Cornelius. I generally don't make a definite resolution at the New Year's either. You know, as the year go by, we make changes in what we do and how we approach life. But I think based on this brief presentation, if you have a definite resolution that you resolute to, that you resolve to at the beginning of the year, it seems that it will be practical to assume that you will have a better success rate.
Hi all, this is Grace. Thanks Rohan for that video. That was really awesome. And I think for my resolutions next year, I'm very bad about drinking water, and so I would just like to make a small change in my life to bring my water bottle around on the daily.
Hey everyone, Phil Gross from Northeast Georgia. Yeah, Rohan, I appreciate that video. That's interesting to hear about positive outcomes in that research area. But I do have general goals, but I recently moved into a new house and setting up like an exercise room, and I have my juicer back. I'm able to juice every day. That's something I had done since medical school, juiced like twice daily. And I felt like one of the best things I could do for my health preventatively and treating wise too. So my goal is to get back to that, juice twice a day, and have a regular schedule of exercise now that I have a more convenient space set up.
So I have two areas that I'm going to focus in, especially in the city of Atlanta. One is reparation, and another one is ending mass incarceration. 2022, amongst all the other things that I'm doing, I hope to bring more awareness and get more conversation going on here in the city of Atlanta about those two topics.
All right, turning it back to Rohan.
Yeah, so as you all mentioned, resolutions are summed up into a long progression of habits that you slowly incorporate into your life. And the same goes for life itself. It's a constant opportunity for growth and development. And I feel like at the end of the day, if you give yourself a chance to like kind of reflect and think about some tangible goals or ideas, maybe like 6 months into the year, you can have a little checkup with yourself and see if you made any progress. And maybe at that point in time, you can reconsider your goals and have a different game plan. Yeah, I just want to thank you all for coming and attending this discussion about our New Year's resolutions.